Nintendo.
The PlayStation caught on fire. PlayStation caught on fire. The N64 is not for sale.
GameCube. GameCube.
That is beautiful. The adult beverages are poured, the kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 3-year-old and a 10-month-old? 10-month-old.
Is that a question? I'm not sure. But I'm Jeff, and I have a almost 8-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Yeah, staying 9, I'm like, no, wait, we took the 10-month-old picture, so it's official.
You're doing that, eh? Let me know if that falls off.
We managed it with the first one, and so far we're keeping track.
Okay.
And I won't say which month, but I think somewhere in the 2 to 4 or 5 month range, we might have just faked it.
Right.
And had a photo that was maybe like only a week apart.
Yeah. You're like, you didn't change much in this month.
It's like, wow, that was kind of a slow month for you, buddy.
Yeah.
I need to mention a story. It was actually from 2 weeks ago. So listeners would have noticed my audio was a little off. And of course, apologies for that. We always try to have top quality audio here, as clearly made from our great audio warm-ups this episode. But what ended up happening is for these calls we record remotely, and it's important that we see each other for the interaction, so we have webcams. The webcam I was trying to use was a PlayStation Eye from the old PlayStation 3 days. Now, why do you have a PlayStation 3 Eye, you ask? Great question.
I do ask that.
I was trying to jury-rig a virtual reality headset, or at least like head tracking for Elite Dangerous on my PC. There is this, it's Trinus VR, it's called Trinus VR, and it will look at your face and look at the position of it, and based on turning left or right or up or down, it'll move your in-game camera. So it's not quite VR, but you're looking at your screen, and if you look left a little bit, your character looks left. So it's a step of immersion.
Right.
There's also a different version where you could actually strap like a phone to your face, a la Galaxy VR, or something akin to that, and then your computer streams to your phone. The camera watches your face move around, and it gives it VR.
Okay.
So, needless to say, that didn't work.
Where you're at with this?
So that didn't work at all.
No. Okay.
But I was left over with this PlayStation Eye. Wanted to use it as a webcam. Instead of working as a webcam, it worked as a mic.
Oh.
So that episode is me recorded through the PlayStation Eye.
Through the past of...
And it sounds like... I almost wish I had like more crackle, like it's an old-timey radio instead.
Yeah, we could go for an effect. Like, we meant to do this.
Welcome from the past.
Hello, everybody.
Crash Bandicoot is huge. But, so we laugh at these things. No laughing matters. Kids sleeping. And more specifically, kids not sleeping. I'll tell you this, like at the dad stage that I'm currently at, 3-year-old, 10-month-old, I am so tired of trying to keep these things alive despite their best efforts. Like they are trying so hard to not live, and it takes every ounce of my being to ensure that they live.
Yep. Yeah, that doesn't get any better as they get older. It's just...
Oh, thanks for the ray of hope. Yeah. They don't want to sleep. They don't want to eat. They do want to throw themselves downstairs.
Right. Yeah, of course.
They want to slap dogs in the face. And it's just every ounce of my being trying to get these guys to stay alive.
I think if you like play back all our episodes over once, like you could see a running theme and roller coaster of emotion where you were fighting with sleep, and then all of a sudden you got people to sleep, and then no, and then it's back again, and then
So the 3-year-old, it's just a full on regression. He is not having his current sleep situation, so he's demanding that we don't leave his room or we come back. He's waking up 2 or 3 times a night where we have to go in, and then after we do soothe him, he doesn't want you to leave. So and you're trying to find the right balance of things, because ultimately where it's come down to some nights is it's just like, no, I have to leave, and then he's crying, he's upset, but the alternate doesn't work, because if you're there, he's not sleeping great,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the kind route, quote unquote, is doing nobody any favors.
No, it's not to both parties involved.
Yeah.
You are going to be super tired, and he's going to be overtired, and no one's going to be happy.
Oh, so there's our fight. It is awful. And I'm telling you, there's something very specific about the sleep part of it, right? Where you're so tired, you so badly want sleep.
Yeah.
And you're trying to give this person sleep. It's like you're super poor and you're trying to give away millions and no one's taking it. And like, I will have these millions.
You can't win. I'm sorry. You just can't.
Yeah. And just as we're starting the show, you had your own minor sleep incident yourself there.
Yes, I did. That is true. Like, for anybody that is unaware of the time right now, we're recording at 10 o'clock at night. And my 8-year-old should be in bed, but he's not. So,
gaming dads, here we are. We're
up all night. Dads after dark.
Not for the cool reasons like we used to be.
No. Do you remember what life was like before? Because I don't.
Nope.
Like, maybe I saw the sun come up. I'm not sure.
I can remember a few instances. There's this one case. It was Batman Arkham City. Wait, is Arkham City the latest one? It was the second Bat one. What? Wasn't Arkham Asylum?
I think so. Asylum City, I think.
City's right, because then the Night
Yeah.
was the last one. Okay, so City.
Yeah.
Fantastic game. That's so deep, so much going on, such an amazing feeling to it. I can recall that it had just grabbed me. And I was up until 5:36 in the morning playing it.
Whoa, those are big numbers.
Yeah. Those are pro gamer numbers right there.
They are.
Definitely pre-kid numbers, but it was...
Yeah.
And it was one of those intentions, like, okay, I'm going to just play until maybe 11 or 12 and I'll go to bed. And it just gripped me the entire night. Just like, I am playing this game. This is amazing. And I look back fondly.
Yep. Yeah.
You look at the times now. So the kid, if he's waking up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, it's like, there was a time when on some of the worst/best gaming nights ever, I would just be going to bed now because I was having so much fun. And here we are.
I thought you were going to say you're going to turn to your kid and be like, hey, you want to see some Batman?
Yeah. It's like, okay, you're awake now. Let's do some Batman. Whatever.
Let me show you something. Yeah.
But besides sleep issues, how is parenthood or gaming treating you these days?
Besides the minor interruption tonight, it's relatively okay. Summer nights play tricks on our kids. I don't fully agree with the sun and daylight savings time and all this shifting around. So it's been okay. The kids have been at camp every week because school's out, and they've come home tired and exhausted from their day's work. So it's good that way, but they can become overtired quite quickly. In terms of gaming, though, just kind of linking it up with the previous episode and my kids watching Jurassic Park. They wanted to see Jurassic World Lego version in the game realm. So we downloaded the demo just to test it out. And I am probably going to go in depth quite a bit on Lego games, maybe at a future episode, because I find them infuriating. Like,
I thought I was expecting the positive spin. It's like some of the best games experiences you can have.
I don't know if you've played these Lego games, but I find even I'm getting stuck at puzzles that I have no idea what the answers to. It's like those old click games where you're like clicking on every part of the screen just to like get the one shiny thing that you need to click on. That's what Lego games are, because they're not based in reality, right? You're like, well, I didn't know that one guy could build a ladder that I need to get out of this cave. So I'm like, how am I supposed to know that? So, but the kids had a blast with it, obviously from the theme of Jurassic Park. But yeah, I do not like those games.
Man, that could be such an infuriating moment. So you're having this great dad gaming moment with your kid, and then you get stuck. Like, you and your kid get stuck on a puzzle, and then you, the veteran guiding dad gamer,
can't do it. Trevor, I had to look it up on GameFAQs.
Oh yeah, immediately.
And it's not completely my fault because the game it wasn't grabbing the input of the controller when it's supposed to. So yeah, it was not my fault completely. But yeah, those puzzles are hard for them to solve, and then they give the controller to me, and I'm like, I don't know.
That's like a nightmare. Anyway. It's like them asking you a math question and you don't know.
Yeah, like
so this gaming.
This is my expertise. Yeah, I should know.
Like at least this is my field. This is what I've trained my whole life for, and I don't know.
It doesn't happen. Not with Lego games. I can't do it. I don't know what it is, but. Yeah, I will go into detail in a future episode on some of my past experiences with them. But otherwise, it was a good, we got to game together, which is kind of nice as a, 8-year-old and 5-year-old, and they can both play. Yeah. And then I can jump in too. So that's kind of cool to have. So
that's awesome.
You're on your way, Trevor.
We'll get there. We'll get there one day. Now, as we've alluded to the last couple episodes, there's just a sea of sales. Like, we are awash.
Oh, my God,
we are awash in cheap games, and PlayStation keeps piling it on, that we notice. Have you been good? Like, have you succumbed to the siren's call of the Steam sale?
I have been good. So
okay, nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Strong debt.
PlayStation has so many games on sale right now. I think it's over like 700 or something, and that doesn't include like the little DLC stuff. And I keep looking at things that are there, and I'm like, what's $3-4? What's that? Yeah. But I keep looking at my backlog. I can't do it. Willpower. I can't.
Yeah, right there with you. I'm staying strong because I feel so embarrassed by my terrible backlog at the moment. I'll say the most tempting thing for me, though, is the VR titles.
Yes. Because just for the experiences, right? Like, it's more of you get in there, you feel it.
Yeah, as I mentioned in the previous episodes, like, one of my favorite things to do is to have people over and give them the experience. Like, have other people put on the helmet and we all get to experience it together. So if there's something that's really amazing that I can put them into. I was looking, it was Wipeout Omega, which, just received such...
I have it. I fully support your decision.
Okay. So I wouldn't get too much grief.
I'm not getting you this any better. You need to buy it.
I think that dropped down to $10, and it seemed like, from what it's penultimate racing, crazy futuristic VR thing that's just going to throw me for an absolute loop. And I could imagine any tough guy who comes in, he was like, "Oh, VR, I'm not going to have an issue." And you throw him into that and have him do a couple loop-de-loops. Yep. See what's up.
Oh, yeah, and it'll give you a warning on the certain tracks that, some of them dump you straight down. So it gives you a warning before that happens. Like,
when you're playing, did you get the stomach, like, butterflies, like the roller coaster effect? No? Okay.
No, I think because it comes with, like, the VR shutters, which you can turn off, but it's part of the ship, which is cool. Like, it's not like the vignetting that you get and it just fades in the screen. It's part of the ship, so it's kind of neat to have. And the graphics are insanely clean, so it's just something that's kind of cool to look at. Okay. You are whipping around, and I was on the slowest speed, which is not slow at all, really. Like, there's the phantom speed or whatever the fastest one is, and I'm not there quite yet. But
those ones are just ridiculous. Okay, yeah. So I have.
No, you're gonna do it.
I have Gaming Dad VR support for one title.
Right.
For one title.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
We shall report back.
Yeah.
But fatherhood, a game of willpower, a game of hard decisions. Some dads are better at than others, and those dads win. Gaming Dad Victory of the Week. This week's Gaming Dad Victory goes to Eddie, and more specifically, Eddie's dad. Even more specifically, Eddie's gaming dad. So the post title goes, "My dad said he'll get a PC for my 6-year-old brother, but it doesn't look like it's for my brother." And if Jeff, you want to give us a rundown of what we're looking at on this photo.
So with that title in mind, there's a picture of an older gentleman testing out the computer in a gaming environment. So he's fully on there, ready to go. I'm not sure what game he's playing, but he seems to be testing the machine for the 6-year-old.
Yes.
Who knows? He might be at it for days or weeks. We'll have to check back.
So I'm seeing here it's the Red Faction collection.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, yeah, he'll be in it for a while then.
Yeah, so he's so it's just like so this is fantastic. And again, it's one of those pictures that more feels like a glimpse into our future. It's like, no,
I hope so.
Listen, I have to buy the gaming PC for my sons. Like, that's not so much about, okay, well, look, I got to set it up. I can't just... I got
exactly.
Well, we got to see how this puppy runs, right? I got to optimize it. Let me just dabble in the keys a little bit here. Like 6 Overwatch hours later, and here we are.
Yeah. It is timely though, because I am looking at a PC for my son, so I'm like, I could see myself doing this.
Okay.
Get a little bit gaming PC like. Jump in,
dip into the Steam a little bit there. See what's in the old backlog. See what you can get through.
That's right.
No, so like I said, it is just an absolute snapshot of it, and it's something kind of unique to gaming dads, where as more and more of us grow up and have kids and want to share these experiences with them, in providing the tools to have gaming experiences, we kind of get to have the experiences too. Yeah,
well, you have to test them out. I like it. He's doing a good job.
Well, I think the real win will be when he has to buy the second one. Well, look, we have to monitor and play some LAN games with our kids. It's irresponsible as parents not to game with your kids.
That's right. Or he starts upgrading this one. He's like, no, we picked the wrong monitor. We needed like a super wide one. Hold on.
Yep. So for charting the path as buying consoles for the younger generation, Eddie's father wins this week's Gaming Dad Victory of the Week. Congratulations to Eddie and Eddie's father. If you would like to be nominated for Gaming Dad Victory of the Week or know somebody else deserving, please reach out to us at our website at newdadgaming.com.
New dads, listen up as we go over this week's highlight and what happened in the world of gaming. Gravity Rush 2 fans are petitioning Sony to keep servers online in order for new players to get certain items. The game has an online component where players can interact and compete with each other through challenges, photo reviews, and even treasure hunts. Most of these modes allow for players to earn certain cosmetics only available through these online challenges, so gamers are asking for the servers to remain online or for Sony to issue a patch to release some of that online content. Dead Island 2 was announced way back in 2014, and gamers have heard or seen little since. Well, rest easy, as a Twitter post from publisher Deep Silver has confirmed the game is still in development and will reveal details at a later date. Dead Island 2 has had a rough past, with the original developer Techland leaving to make the gaming blockbuster Dying Light, and that series and the sequel that came after. Zombie apocalypse games can be quite crowded in the market today, but we hope to see what Dead Island 2 can add to the subgenre. And fear not about Nintendo's gaming library. Devolver Digital, the publisher of such games as Hotline Miami, Swords of Ditto, Broforce, among many other indie titles, has said that they have over a dozen unannounced games coming to the Switch by the end of 2018. Devolver Digital's games seem to be quite well suited for the Switch's portability and could grow Nintendo's library of popular indie titles quite quickly. We'll have more as it becomes available. And Todd Howard, the game designer, director from Bethesda, has been known for Fallout and the Elder Scrolls series, has commented that he believes VR will be fully realized by the third generation of its accessories. He notes that the challenges that they had to overcome when porting Fallout 4 and Skyrim in the current VR models were troublesome, and hopes that the VR will hit its stride 2 more iterations down the line. As VR owners ourselves, we can only hope for continued developer support and start getting more of those AAA titles out for these machines for people to experience. And a feel-good story. Overwatch has raised over $10 million for breast cancer research. The Pink Mercy skin that was on sale in May was $15, but with all proceeds going to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. The donation is the single largest corporate donation in the foundation's history and will be contributing to going towards research and support for cancer victims. This is what cosmetics should be about, and we hope to see more of this in the gaming future. And some gaming release highlights for this week included Red Faction Guerrillas Remastered for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, Jurassic World Evolution for PS4 and Xbox One, Runbow for PS4 and Switch, and Spirit Sphere DX for 3DS. That's it for the gaming news for this week. Catching up and tune in next time for another update.
Had you ever played any of the Gravity Rush series?
Yeah, I did. I played the demo, I think, of the first one, the remastered one. It was kind of cool. It was neat. It wasn't enough for me to plunk down money on it, but it was a neat concept.
Yeah, like I remember, I definitely got it. That was one of the ones, much like Shadow of the Colossus, where not being a PlayStation owner, I looked in and saw that game, thinking
right,
that looks gorgeous. Like that's such a cool mechanic. Want to do it. So when it came out on the remaster, I was all over it. Played it, beat it. Fantastic game. Yeah. Loved it. 2, I mean, it's one of those things where maybe on a sale, I could go back and give that one a shot, because I don't think I've ever seen flying feel as good as it did in that game. Which is funny because it's not technically flying, you're actually just falling with style.
Yeah, you're like, you're just targeting it. Yeah.
But something about like how chaotic it is felt so amazing, because usually flying is kind of, it's as if your character's almost just glitching and you're like up and left and right and you go around, but this is you're really just like hurling your body towards something. And the way they did the speed and the wind and everything else, like that experience of it alone made it worthwhile for me. Like that was fantastic. So
yeah, I've just never pulled the trigger on it, because it is like such a beautiful game too, and the art design in it is quite different than, well, it's very Japanese, and it's just kind of a breath of fresh air sometimes. So I can see myself, maybe during the Sony sale that's on now, I'll have to check if it's available. Who knows?
Oh no, I've convinced you.
Yeah, you got Wipeout. I'll get Gravity Rush.
I just like it too, because there was this. There's a few moments where it just became very much a Japanese game. Yeah. Where everything's kind of plodding along. And you're like, okay, I'm making good progress. Ends kind of around the corner. This will be fine. And then it just takes a tangent onto a left turn. You're like, oh, come on, don't. Not a whole new section. You're so close. Don't do this. Like, an unnecessary left turn. You're like, oh, damn it. All right. Well, now we'll collect these things, I guess.
Yeah. You twisted my arm.
Now, the 3rd generation for VR. Now, it was interesting coming from that guy from Bethesda, because he would obviously have very pertinent experiences with VR in preparing it with Skyrim and with...
Yeah.
What was his other one that he did?
Well, they did do Fallout for PC, at least. So
yeah, so Fallout and Skyrim for VR. So obviously he would know what he's talking about. 3rd generation, so 2 generations past what we've bought.
Yeah,
and then they'll get it, and then it's gonna be exactly okay.
So does he need time? Is that when like the next Elder Scrolls will release? He's like, hold on,
that's what give me 10 years. Feels about right, because I mean, so the numbers. They're good. I mean, so the PSVR, as best I know, is like they've passed 1 million units, which is that's good. You know, it's sizable. Now the PlayStation itself is obviously so much tens, 100 times that. So it's kind of hard to compare. But like as a small test market, it seems like there's enough appetite. I think it really feels like the need will be for it just to be the helmet, a little bit like the Oculus Go,
right?
Where it's very much a contained single unit. You just strap it on. And maybe it does everything through streaming as opposed to any of the wires. So you can kind of stand up and get around. The wires to me really seem... The wires in the camera really do seem to be a weird kind of current limitation.
Yeah, and then they had a problem with even just promoting the Move controllers as well, because I know the other ones have the controllers and directional stuff on those hand controllers that you could do. So you would need to maybe look at that, and then... You just need to strap these things on people's faces and just let them because again, on paper, like everyone goes against specifically PSVR as being low resolution and there's a screen door effect. I'm like, there really isn't. Like once you're in there, you are completely oblivious to that and you're experiencing anything. Like, yes, sometimes the graphics can look a little muddy, but you really are there. Like again, Skyrim is a 10-year-old game and you're still in awe at just looking up at the sky at night. It's just nuts what it can do. So
that's a great point. Yeah, because the most common post about PlayStation VR online there, you'll see it being, well, I tried it at the mall and here I am, and it shows their just recent purchase. It's always like finally got, or my buddy finally gave it to me, had to buy it. Like I had a friend who bought it because of the experience he had at my house.
Yeah. See, right? Yeah,
like those things absolutely do happen. So, I mean, if anything, for growing the market, it's probably just like you said, strap it to faces. Hey, you there? Ah, yeah. Look, oh no, well, dragon.
And they kind of tried that in the US. You could rent a VR unit. They'll send it to you, and then you have 30 days to send it back or whatever, or you've bought it essentially. So that's kind of a cool way to do it too. Is
That is,
you need to test these suckers out.
you got to strap it on faces. So
Yeah.
not much of a advertisement for it though, because the second version comes out and everyone's like, okay, after this one it's good. So I'm gonna hold off.
Yeah, that's true too, right? It's like, yeah, okay, the first one had its issues. We fixed all those. We're good. Here's version 2. It's much better.
I swear, man. The question will be like, do dads update to the second version if and when it comes out?
It took me a lot to
steep.
get this version.
Yeah, you had kind of a lottery situation with yours, so
Yeah, so I don't. It's on sale now for like almost $250 here. So that's pretty good with everything included, move controllers and all.
Okay, see that feels tenable. Like that feels like something you could skip a couple
Yeah.
Steam sales, skip a couple
Yeah.
years of Steam sales. You saved up enough. You got yourself a PSVR.
Yeah, I agree.
And in the news, it was mentioned as a feel-good story, and it absolutely is. Gaming Dad favorite Overwatch, raising over 10 million for charity because of that pink skin.
Yeah,
And it's so cool too when they kind of tie it into game lore. It's not just some character had a pink. It's like the healing character
right.
in the
exactly.
game had the pink. Like how, and all that went to charity. Like what a fantastic way to go.
Yeah, and that wasn't a cheap skin by any means. Like $15 is quite a big price for a cosmetic, but that's, again, I would like to see more of that, where a cosmetic or something goes to charity or to a cause or something that it's not game breaking, but you're supporting something outside of the game too, which is kind of neat. And they raised 10 million, I think, in like a 2-3 week time period of whenever it was on sale. So that's quite a bit of money, especially for being the number one corporate donor in this foundation's history, just that little time period. So
Yeah, that was wild too. The highest in that industry, the highest donor ever. That's incredible. Like, and just for, I don't want to call it minimal effort, because they obviously put that in. But what a great return on investment. So they wanted to do something for charity. They put in the time to build the skin, market it, be able to sell it, and then the community took over. And man, did they respond!
And it kind of speaks to dad gamers as well, because you can kind of look at Overwatch as like a feel good game now. You're like, oh well, they helped. The world, so you can play it. Yeah, go for it.
Have you at all looked back into Overwatch? Are you still not touching it?
I see, it's so hard.
So what about, how about, have you ever considered Paladins?
No.
Paladins is a free-to-play game. It is very much Overwatch-esque, in so much as it was straight up called out for cheating and like stealing a lot of the character design. But I think it's since then kind of proven itself to be its own game. And it has some cool things like mounts, so you can like, when you start a match, I think you can like hop on like a horse or like a cat or something and like kind of charge into battle.
Okay.
So, but it's very much the same crazy character, nutso stuff on the screen. So if you wanted to dip your toe in,
jump in for free.
It's a free version.
See, they always have those free to play weekends, and I always consider it too, because I can download it and have it activate when it's ready to go. But I always view a YouTube video. I'm like, okay, what's going on in it? And there's just things that happen on screen. I'm like, I don't even know how that person killed the other person, but they're dead.
It's like,
I don't know. So
it's like he grew trees and then he jumped across the building, and now I'm slimed, I think. Is that good?
Yeah.
Is it good that I'm slimed? I don't know. Is that a benefit?
I don't know. I have no idea. But that being said, I might jump in at one point, even just to show maybe my 8-year-old, because it's not. It's violent, but it's not. Like, it's all kind of mythical things.
It's violent where a tree is throwing its bark at a wood nymph. I think it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, again, it's kind of in his area of something that I want to train him to do. First person shooters a little bit to get the eye hand coordination so I could play with him.
There it is.
Because he's not there yet. So I kind of wanted to start him on something. That might be a good one. We'll see.
Now, have they kept playing Rocket League? Have you still been playing Rocket League?
Not really. It's really just my kids playing each other in Rocket League and fighting over who's blue and who's orange, of course, because the controller goes to the team color, right?
Yeah.
So that's usually a thing. But they play it. They're pretty good at it. And anything Nintendo, they're awesome at. I think Nintendo just builds that into the mechanics of everything. But I kind of wanted to get them to do a first-person shooter and see just that eye-hand coordination is very different and very twitchy. just to see if they can do it.
Now, with the controller or with the mouse and keyboard? That is an area of great divide and great debate.
Yeah, see, I'm struggling with that one too, because I kind of want them to learn the keyboard and mouse just in general as a computer skill.
Education, sure.
Yeah,
of course.
Exactly. I might need to buy another computer just.
So this year we have the Switch, we have a gaming PC.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Just add to the list. We're good. But no, I think they should do keyboard and mouse if I can do it. We'll see. That's a whole new world for these kids. Well, at least my kids. Obviously not some other kids, but they haven't seen, I don't know, they haven't really worked mice before. It's all touch screen or touchpad.
Yeah, well, what I found curious is my little guy, if we put, in some context, if we need him to kind of stay put for a little bit, I'll add Netflix onto my laptop. Mm-hmm. And he knows how to work the mouse now. Like, I didn't teach him that, but that's with the trackpad.
Oh, yeah.
So the funniest thing is first he touches the screen, and it's not a touchscreen laptop, so nothing happens.
It's not going to work.
So what's up with this garbage? And it's like, I know, right? That was back in the day. But then he goes down and he touches the mouse pad, and he moves the mouse around, and he knows how to navigate it. Like, it's kind of scary how fast they pick that stuff up.
Yeah.
But I guess...
and maybe it'll surprise me.
But you're thinking it would not translate over to the mouse.
I don't know. It's just I've seen them work. I have Stardew Valley on my machine right now, and them going from the PS4 version to this version, the mouse is upside down. They're wondering why their character's not going the right way. I'm like, no, it's not up down arrows over here. It's the WASD key. Like it feels comfortable. Just get used to. And they're always trying to reposition and stuff. So it might be a little bit of a learning curve that way, but. Again, that's something they need to know, I think. Just in school, they have Chromebooks and stuff, but that's very much a touchpad. They don't really have accessory mice to go with them. So, it's a brave new world out there. I don't know.
Actually, I meant to talk about this one earlier, but kind of brought it up just with kids and gaming systems and all that. And we were ragging on buying consoles. I've had a certain draw to purchase a secondhand DS, so Nintendo DS, because I've been out of the Nintendo world for a really long time, which I think any dad gamer out there, when you haven't played some Nintendo for a while, you kind of start to get that. It's like, man, some Zelda would be really nice. Or some
it's like childhood, man. It's like you're going back. You're like, yes.
Yeah, a little bit of Zelda would be fantastic. I would love to do a little bit of Mario. Some of the newer side scroller ones, like Mario 3DS.
Yep.
Like, I'd love to hop back into that stuff. So, and then you check it out online, and you're finding these things. It's like $50 for call it like 1 or 2 generations back, which I don't see much of a difference.
No.
And here's like 6 games, and it's like I don't need another console. I don't need like another electronic to carry around, and yet, damn,
that's drawn to it. There's a song emanating from the portable. It's just like, please drop it.
All of our entire dad lives now is just sirens, gaming sirens. It's like, no, don't go to bed, play a game. Hey, buy a console. Steam sale.
You even physically tell yourself, I'm not buying that, and all of a sudden you look down, you're like, oh, I guess I bought it. Like, you don't even remember the purchase. You just
I'll say the word
something about it.
And the worst too is the way that current social networks and everything else are set up, especially Facebook, because they have their marketplace.
Yeah.
I looked at one once. Like, I was scrolling through, and I looked at one. Like, and now every time I look at the screen, it's like, hey, we found like 4 DSs near you. I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, here it is. Oh, look, it dropped $5. Hey, over here, more games.
What? Yeah. Sirens, man. It is dads and gaming dads wading through a sea of gaming sirens. That's all.
It is.
That's. But I tell you what, the way we're gonna get through this all together, we're gonna band together, get through this all. Gaming dads united. We can do this, everybody.
I guess.
and on that great call to arms, we'll end it off for this week. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you'd like to get a hold of us, you can find us on the website at newdadgaming.com. We'd love to hear from you for show ideas, questions, Gaming Dad of the Week suggestions, or submissions for that matter. If you'd like to subscribe to the podcast, you can find us on iTunes, Google Play, any other podcasting service, and most recently Spotify. Thank you so much for listening. Until next week, my name is Trevor, and I have a 3-year-old and a 10-month-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a pretty close 8-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Jeff, buy us a new console.
Buy everything. Buy a DS.
Jeff, it's time to switch.
Oh, there you go. Yes. Perfect. I'll do it.
Look, he said a pun. I gotta buy it now. Like, that's just locked.
Yeah, I know. It's locked. That's it.
All right. We'll see you next week.
See you later.